What I'm going to do with this presentation is give you an overview of the research that we've been doing as part of the Beckley Imperial Research program over the last 7 years or so. This might dissatisfy some of the scientists in the audience, but hopefully it will be more appealing on a broader level for the audience. So let's start with the molecular level. Roland touched on this, and really it's quite remarkable that we can hear about all these incredibly profound psychological effects of these compounds, and yet we know that there's a specific receptor in the brain, the serotonin 2A receptor, that seems to be crucial, seems to be vital for the action of these drugs and their subsequent psychological effects. As Roland's nicely shown, this relationship between ratings of the mystical experience and subsequent improvements in well-being. Now, we're picking up some preliminary support for that when looking at ego-dissolution, that the more people will rate ego-dissolution within the acute state, the greater will be their improvement in terms of their depressive symptoms afterwards. So just to offer you some quite nice, I hope, digestible analogies or metaphors for what's going on. We could think of the mind or the brain being reset in the same way you could think of a computer that's malfunctioning and throwing up an error message, and you're scratching your head and wondering, what can I do to sort this issue? And then you just push the reset button and it comes back working nice and smoothly and operating as it should. So that's one analogy. Another one is this experience of an overview, like how an astronaut would go up into space, see the whole of the world, and then wonder why they were, arguing with their wife and getting so depressed about work and all this and that, all these details of everyday life. I think why this analogy is particularly nice is that when you listen to astronauts, there's a nice documentary on this, talking about this experience, they often say that they're left with a memory. They can't forget that experience, that wonder, that awe that they experienced. So I think, again, in terms of the psychological mechanisms, this can explain what happens when, if you want, the prison house of the ego dissolves away, and then you have that broader sense of connectedness with other people and with the cosmos, if you want, as a whole.